they're keeping them. Oh dear, oh, don't roll, don't roll. Just rolling a $10,000 truck, no big deal. What's going on, guys? This is Logan with West Desert Wheeler. I am super excited to be out here at Proline by the Fire, and one of the reasons I was excited is because tons of awesome rigs are out here running around. I just got a super crazy opportunity to go and run a genuine Vanquish Ripper. So shout out to Dan at Vanquish. Thank you very much, dude. I really appreciate the opportunity. We're gonna go hit the rocks with this thing, and I was told to go have fun and not be nice to it. So we're gonna go see what this thing can do. And we're gonna go play with this, you know, I don't know, $10,000 plus RC. So let's go see what kind of lines we can pull off with the Vanquish Ripper. So admittedly, while out here, I haven't been filming nearly enough. I've been out here having a ton of fun at the event, driving RCs, breaking RCs, having a good time, running class 3s with all of my buddies out here. It's a really cool opportunity to meet up with a bunch of guys from California and all over the country that normally I don't get to crawl with. So being able to come out here and meet new people and meet people from behind the companies, super cool. And that's what makes Proline by the Fire super awesome. It's also not competitive per se. They do have some competitions. But for the most part, it's just about trail wheeling, having a good time out on the rocks with friends. And I'm all into that. So when I'm hanging out with guys I don't see very often, I just want to hang out, go crawl, run some hard lines, see who can outrun each other. Find the hard lines, sit there and play on them for a couple hours. It's a great time. So far, kind of obviously just being pretty nice to it. I definitely am not going to be rude to this thing, but I do want to find out what it can do. So the Ripper is no longer available, and they had a limited run. They were not cheap when they first came out. Getting into the aluminum a little bit. So what makes these particularly special is that they are all CNC'd. Ooh, all CNC'd. So the cage is not tube work. It's actually a chunk of billet that has been machined down to look like a cage. And the first one was made, I think, for a By the Fire event, if I'm not mistaken. So, uh-oh, hung up on our axle. There she goes. See if we can get a better lineup on this, better approach. You can tell this thing's made of all metal. Every time you touch something, it sounds like metal. There we go. Oh, getting washed around. This might not be the obstacle for this truck. There we go. Let's cut out right, see what happens. This one's a great looking anodized orange. These panels are all CNC'd. Just any opportunity they got to go over the top, they went for it. So super cool truck. So while this is not modeled after anything in specific that I've heard, its overall styling is definitely just Ultra 4 rig inspired. Super cool. Looks great. Kind of got like a Curry Jeep Ultra 4 rig style to it. And originally was based on an Axial SCX 10.2 chassis build, and then the cages attached to that. So it's pretty wild. They're all serialized and numbered. So this one's number 148. It's got the laser engraving right back there above the fuel cell. Now these commonly exchange hands online for what I've seen, and you are spending $8,000 plus to get a hold of a Ripper these days. So pretty wild. I've always wanted the opportunity to drive one, and got fortunate here. Let's see if we can get set up on some rocks over here. I've never seen one out on the trail, and the first time I've seen one on the trail, I'm driving it. That's pretty cool. Oh, about it rolled it. Try not to leave my mark too bad on this guy. There it is. Get it. Super planted, really solid, very predictable. So Good little truck. It's top heavy. It's not like a super crazy line killer, but certainly capable. And it looks fantastic. There's no denying that. Rippers do look fantastic. Got the aluminum straight axles under here. See if we can get a little bite on that left front. Pull the truck up. I need to take a small back up. It's close, super close. This is some Ultra 4 style driving. Oh, that was it. Uh-oh. It's like we're working our way through one of the canyons in Johnson Valley. Come on, 148, get it. There it is, very nice. Pivot out left, get on top of the rock over here, get the belly off the rocks, and she keeps on moving down the trail. And just because you don't even get an opportunity to see these very often, let's just take a look at this thing. Centered SCX 10.2 style housings, 10.2 chassis, 10.2 skid, Vanquish 3-gear transmission, no doubt. I'm not sure if this is equipped with dig. I don't see it in there. So standard in there. Got your sway bar, got the Rock Jock sway bar in there. Really awesome machining. Again, these panels are machined. They're not stamped and formed or anything. They are billet. So I'll tell you what, more than anything, what I like about this truck is the fact that it has scratches on it. I love seeing that it's been out and been used. These things deserve to be driven. It's like having a Ferrari that sits in a garage to look at. That's not what a Ferrari's for. A Ferrari is to get out and drive and enjoy. So huge shout out to Dan for having this thing in running order and giving people the opportunity to check it out. I mean, this is what this thing's for. It's getting out crawling. So I love to see that it gets out and crawls. Man, it would be super cool to go back and pick one of these up when they were available. They were not cheap back then, but they were way cheaper than they're available for now. If you're picking one up secondhand, you could pay up to 5 figures for these guys, depending on the condition. A lot of them have crazy custom anodized parts and are super boutique show builds. This one is certainly got plenty of beautiful, good parts on it, but I've seen some that are crazy kitted out with lights and way more wild aftermarket stuff. It's got his chase bar on here. I'm sure that lights up at night. It's got the more modern Vanquish wheels, the new Vanquish tires. Just sick. Kind of crazy. I'm out here driving one. It's fun. So you guys will have to drop a comment. What do you think of seeing a Ripper out on the trails? Hope you guys are enjoying it. I know I've seen videos of Harley out there driving his, Josh from Harley's Designs. From what I understand, his is a little different, as his was a prototype. So something about the tubing is a little bit different. And I've seen him run his pretty hard too, so that's pretty cool. There it is. I can't recall if I've seen Matt, Scale Builders Guild, drive his. I know it has been driven, but I can't recall if I've seen running footage. But these are cars where most people who have them will not let them go. Once they get a hold of them, they're keeping them. Oh dear, oh, don't roll, don't roll. Just rolling a $10,000 truck, no big deal. Upright it and keep on cruising. Gotta love it. Sick. You can see hit the weight transfer on these. This is not a light truck. Although considering if it were made out of steel, it'd be significantly. Oh shit. Sorry, Dan. I think we're gonna call this one, guys. I need to get this truck back to him before I don't want to give it back, so. Hope you enjoyed the quick look at running a Ripper. I know I had some fun. Thank you guys for watching, greatly appreciate it. Get subscribed while you're here, and hopefully we'll have some more content from Proline by the Fire soon. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Keep the rubber side down. Well guys, we somehow did it again. We conned Reefs RC into letting me take out his ripper. So huge shout out to Reef, thank you very much. And Reefs is an absolutely beautiful example of a ripper. It's still shiny and has like 4 scratches on it. So we're gonna have to be careful with this one, but when the opportunity comes up, you don't turn it down. So myself and Luke with Scumbag are gonna go play with this thing and see what it can do. Let's hit the rocks. This one is number 120, so super cool. Gonna try and get it up something a little more vertical. These are fairly heavy cars, so something super steep like this may not be ideal for it. We don't want it to go over backwards. If it gets scratched, we might not bring it back. We might just run for our lives. But as you can see here, this one's got custom wheels made specifically for Reefs. Got the 777 logo on there. His spare wheel got the laser engraved Reefs RC on it. This one's super clean, and it's definitely my flavor. I like the gray chassis. I like the black panels with the Reefs livery on there. This is my style. I like this car a lot. This one performs really well too. Like I mentioned earlier, it's just rare to even see these things at all, and to see them out on the rocks is just such a cool opportunity. Especially being able to drive the first one I've seen crawl. That's pretty wild. This one's got the Reefs RC sway bar, which are available. 777 servos, direct power. I run that on a couple of my cars and it's one of my favorites, so definitely don't sleep on the Reefs RC servos, best in the game. They're Smart series, they're direct power 777 and 888. I run as well, killer servos. Working our way through the canyon. This one's got some brand new crawlers on it. I held this up earlier this weekend and I didn't notice any scratches on the axles. And then the second day, there was a couple. So I knew my odds had increased of the opportunity to go out and drive it. So while the odds were very slim, they were never zero. So thank you very much, Reef. Really appreciate it. He was very hesitant to hand me the controller. Well, I think that's about gonna wrap it up for us here, guys. I need to get it back to him before I go upside down. So hope you guys enjoy the content. Able to steal 2 rippers today. What a day out here at Proline by the Fire. We'll see you guys in the next one. Keep the rubber side down.